Australia's Business Channel.
Welcome to Business Success. I'm Heidi Armstrong. On tonight's program, I chat with Tim Reed, founder and host of Australia's #1 marketing podcast called The Small Business Big Marketing Show. So for easy tips on how to get your brand and business offering noticed, particularly when you don't have a huge budget, well, Tim is going to have a scoop for us, I'm sure. But first, I welcome back Julio De Laffitte, who is the founder of the entrepreneurial movement called the Unstoppables. Now, when I first met Julio last year, he was in the planning stage of his expedition to Antarctica, along with the other 120 or so entrepreneurs he was taking with him. So tonight he's going to share how the experience actually stacked up and why he's preparing to do it again. Nothing like an expedition to really ignite the entrepreneurial spirit and drive new business ideas. A big task, a big ask,
yes,
Julio.
Heidi. Yeah, it was amazing. Heidi's like an incredible, one of the best experiences of my life. You imagine 110 people on a boat, 70% of them are personality A. They know better.
Yeah.
And then the facilitators are coming together and asking questions to bring out what are we supposed to do with the future of Australia.
So just to recap, Julio,
Yes.
the reason that you took all these entrepreneurs to Antarctica was basically to bring business minds together so that they could come up with solutions for Australia?
Correct. The idea is to reignite the spirit of entrepreneurship in our country.
Because we don't have it?
No, we have it. Oh, we have it. And it's about igniting, though. It's about people stop, right, wondering. We live in the best country in the world, Heidi, right? So it's about how do we get together? Like, I believe that as iron sharpens iron, entrepreneurs will sharpen entrepreneurs, right? And it's exactly what happened. As the conversation started, so what do you need? What are you up to? What about this? Look, have you considered this? Have you considered that? And people in that community start helping each other just because it's the right thing to do. See, it was an amazing event. Every single person came out of there wanting to play a bigger game, dreaming a bigger future for Australia. And it was incredible in every way.
So why did you choose Antarctica?
Well, I thought that doing another event at the Rotary or at the Hilton, it just wouldn't cut it, right? So what would be an amazing place? So we thought, we're going to take amazing people to amazing places to create amazing results.
Well, we actually have a bit of footage
Yes.
of the trip to Antarctica.
Oh, wow.
And I think you will see that it's actually quite a stunning place, and it's no wonder that it actually inspired you.
Yes, let's have a look at it.
Yeah, well, here it is. Here it is. Clearly, very beautiful place. And is this what basically got the business minds thinking about new ideas, new ventures?
Can you imagine, like, people start talking about the future of the company, and this is the kind of the background. Suddenly you're talking about your marketing campaign. You look, this is like... So I think that people start to really get that our lives matter, that we actually have a purpose, that our planet is a beautiful planet. And I think people got doing things that...
they don't normally do?
No. And so as the days progressed, the conversations got way more intense but sharper. Drop this, let that go. This is just ego. This one is strategic. Oh, you need to meet this person and this person. It was just...
The other thing too is that there's no emails, there's no phone calls to take. So that plus a very beautiful background of Antarctica, surely that plays a big part in coming up with business ideas.
Oh, absolutely.
Not being distracted.
To be able to switch off and go into nature and go into self, having better conversations in a surrounding like this. I was to say it was incredible in every way.
So did you come out with the expectation? You went in with pretty big expectations to create $1 billion worth of new business?
We're right on target. We believe that we'll do $1 billion of business in the first 5 years, right? We created, out of the boat, 98 different businesses. So it's 98. We didn't make 100. It was 98 businesses got created, right? And some of them are already going international. So, my expectations got totally blown out of water. It's just, Unstoppables was an idea. It's becoming a movement. While we were in Antarctica, we became news internationally. People talked about us in Russia, in Brazil, United States, and China. And we have people now from all over the world interested in this movement. And guess what, Heidi? They want to do business here.
Yep.
They want to do business with Australian companies. So there are things multiplying at an incredible rate. I'm stoked.
Because that was part of what you were looking for, wasn't it? To actually get business minds thinking about how to conquer the bigger issues that are facing us in the future.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's no easy feat, really.
No. And so there are conversations about cleaning water. There were conversations about charities, but conversation about looking after our elderly, our seniors. And we come up with a concept that is so innovative in going into the future for the amount of people that are going to be retiring, and a combination between their relevance, they being contributing to society, living longer, and the whole idea about income and living. So there were some very robust conversations. It was talking about nature, talking about the future of Australia as our population grows, how we handle it.
Ultimately, though, Julio, these entrepreneurs want to make money, and
yes.
Have they been able to talk about solutions that solve the problems that Australia's facing, but they can still make money and therefore be invested in that?
I am a deep believer, Heidi, and I said this last time we were together. An entrepreneur will look at a problem and he will think, you know what, I will give a go at this, fix the problem and make some money while they're doing that. But they come with that entrepreneurial mind. Imagine if you could amplify that, where you have permission to do so. So a bunch of entrepreneurs coming together, and what's in the background is collaboration. Let's collaborate, take this problem out, make some money out of it, give a purpose, though, the profits, and go to the next one, and then the next one. And that became very evident, as is to do with the frame of which we tackle something. If we're to say to a bunch of entrepreneurs, here's a problem, we want to tackle it in a way, we will make a profit, but we'll make a contribution. We'll leave a legacy. They love it. You know, so yes.
It's an interesting concept, what you touched on there about collaboration, and that, because I think a lot of people who are in business and who do have that entrepreneurial spirit sometimes get caught up in fear and about the fact that they need to protect their own turf. Should business people be collaborating more?
Oh, absolutely. Heidi, this is such a great topic, right? Such a great topic, because when we finished university 20 years ago, we were taught to be competitive, to do a bunch of things, right? And our frames of reference is actually in collaboration, there is more money, there's more efficiency, there is actually, let's get this one done and get on to the next one, right?
But you have to collaborate with the right people, surely.
The right people, sometimes the right people is your competition.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to have the right language and the right inclination. You cannot pretend to collaborate. So some people say, oh, I collaborate, but what I want is just to see what he's doing or she's doing and how that's going.
And younger people know how to do it better than the older generation, don't they?
They know how to do it.
It's almost intuitive.
Absolutely right. Hey, check this out. They share all the time. And we had exactly that. As the younger people were pitching and packaging their ideas, right, the people that made the money, you could see the cognitive processes for the older guys, just watching them collaborate, get together and pitch it better, come back, package better. And I think that this idea of collaborating is almost like a new software. I'd like to invite anyone who is still learning to collaborate to become highly proficient in that. And that's what Stop is all about. It's about getting Australian entrepreneurs to collaborate. And we ought to really make sense of, we live in the best country in the world, Heidi. And what I notice is this, we're kind of waiting for something to happen. And it's the entrepreneurial mind that will go, no, we're not going to wait, let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah.
And Antarctica really delivered that. Every single person came out of that boat wanting to play a bigger game.
I did hear that there were a few curveballs.
Oh yes, there was amazing ones.
In true style, having to rise up and, you know, when there's challenges facing you, like what happens in business. That certainly happened to you on the trip, I believe.
Yeah, yes, I would like to share like the classic one, right? So we get there and we get to Punta Arenas in Chile, right? And we're just about to go and everything is scheduled. Right? So we have the program. And the first launch of the program, we thought, we got to Chile, we wake up, we hop on a little plane and go to Antarctica.
Didn't pan out that way, did it?
No, it didn't. But the first activity was on that flight. But then we wake up and said, the weather won't permit, you can't go. Heidi, we stayed for 2 days. We couldn't go the next day either. So it's like all of these different people, we all want to go to Antarctica. And let me be brief, because we're 50, and then we eventually got on a plane, let's go, and it was 15 minutes off landing in Antarctica. The pilots come back on and says, we cannot land, we have to go back.
And you said, no, you have to land.
Yeah, I almost did. But he turned around and started going back. And then that's when I had a chat with the pilot to say, you need to call someone. Because the truth is, Australia is watching this. We are all over the news, all over the country. This is like, we gotta go back and try again, in which they did. And so in this was so cool, because we turned around, refilled the planes, and went again, and we landed. So the whole idea, calling us unstoppables, right? It was just, but then the program was out of sync. The third day now is the first day. You've got to roll with the punches. It's like business, Julio.
You've got to roll with the punches. Now, finally, I do want to ask you, it was obviously a success, and I heard a rumour that you're going to do it again, but this time...
We're going to the Amazon.
Going to the Amazon. You like a challenge, do you?
I love it. I love it. Look, Heidi, what's actually happening is this. Unstoppables was just an idea some months ago. Now it's up and running, and its impact, the businesses are created, it's all happening. unstoppables.com.au
is where people, and it's not an exclusive club. People can
not at all.
We
want to turn people that are entrepreneurial into entrepreneurs, people that Australia will be proud of.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And coming up after the break, Tim Reed, speaker, podcaster, columnist and small business marketing specialist, explains just how easy it is to position yourself as a thought leader.